My name is Jacqueline van Bierk. I am a singer, songwriter, artist, film, TV composer, and I get this question so many times that I actually decided to make a video about it. People always ask me, how do I get started? How can I make my own studio, make my own recordings? How does this work? So here's my simple tip, very broad and simple tip on how to get started. I'm going to assume that you want to do like a little home studio. So for that matter, you need, first things first, is a computer. A laptop or a desktop. I don't care if it's PC or a Mac. I would say use what you're most comfortable with, and that's totally fine. So the second thing would be to pick a DAW. It's a digital audio workstation. So I personally use Cubase. You could use Ableton Live. You can use Pro Tools. You could use Logic, Studio One, even GarageBand when you're first starting out. It doesn't really matter as long as you have a program where you can actually record into. And with that said, recording into, you will need an audio interface. This is my Apollo Twin. I love it, but it's not necessary to have. It's a little more pricey, not what you need in the beginning to get started. The Focusrite Scarlett, I think that's really great. Behringer makes a bunch of them. Then there is the PreSonus, Audio Technica, I think they use a bunch of them. I mean, you can get so many. If you just type in audio interface and see what fits your budget and what also seems like pretty decent. I suggest you don't need more than 2 channels really. An audio interface basically connects your microphone, your instruments with the program you're using, like with Cubase or with Pro Tools, making sure that you can record into them. So it's pretty simple, and most of them are really easy to use, no big deal. Like I said, they can get pretty pricey, but you don't have to start like over here. You know, if you don't have a big budget at the moment and you're just starting out, just start with something like reasonable. $100, $150, you can get something pretty decent already. The next thing would be a microphone. I have the TLM-103 Neumann, which is a really great mic, but I also love the Blue mic. Friends of mine have the Rhodes. They have Shure mics, SM58. I suggest you go to Guitar Center, check out a few microphones, ask them, you know, what are good studio mics and that are reasonable in price, and see what works really well with your voice, because that's also very important. The next thing you will need a MIDI controller. The MIDI controller is USB, so it goes straight into my computer and it controls the instrument I'm using. That basically allows me to play my virtual instruments inside my DAW in Cubase. So you don't have to, you can use something really simple. It's basically, it's a keyboard without sound. It just helps you to play the sound inside your program. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I know it may still be overwhelming, but you'll get it. The other thing, what did I forget? MIDI controller, and then some speakers, you know, in your home studio. I have the Rocket KRK, the Rocket 5s. There's Yamaha. Again, it's really what you prefer, and also maybe if you have friends, see what they like. I always ask my friends, I'm like, what are you using? What kind of speakers are you using? I've used KRKs for so long that I'm really used to them. And they're great. That's pretty much it. And if you're working on your laptop, maybe you don't even need the speakers in the beginning. You can use headphones. But eventually that'd be kind of good for your home studio. If you really plan on like traveling a lot, I would suggest obviously use a laptop and a nice big external hard drive where you can store all your plugins and your libraries, you know, and even your DAW probably. But it's really simple. Like, get started really simple. You know, you can get your setup very inexpensive. Work with your limitations. Limitations are a great thing sometimes because they really help you to hone in on what you have and master what you have. And then as you get better, you can say, you know what, now I'm ready for those plugins, for other sounds. But work with what you got and see what you can come up with, because at the end of the day, it's all about your creativity, your imagination. If you don't have the talent, if you don't have that, you could have all the plugins in the world, it wouldn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, you're the creator and you have to create it. You know what I mean? So I hope this helped. Bolt is like, wants some attention. I hope this helped. And if you have any questions in the comment section below, let me know and I will answer them. I will get maybe more into details on what kind of mics are really good. I will actually ask some of my other composer friends and see what kind of mics they're using, and especially maybe producers who work with other singers to see what mics work better with what voices. We could get more into that. But for now, let's just get started. Don't be afraid. Just like get your laptop, decide on a program, and also your DAW. you can, most companies like Cubase I know has it, I'm sure Pro Tools has it, and I'm sure Logic has it, and probably even Ableton Live. You can just do a 30-day trial. So you can check it out first, see if you like it, and if you like it, go get it. It's a great investment. You have to invest some money. And if that's what you're going to be using for the next 10 years probably, just go get it. Suck it up and just buy it. And then you also have the support if anything goes wrong with it. You can call them, and you always have someone to help you, versus like, if you can get a correct version, do your thing. I don't care. I know many people, they swear by Pro Tools because it's still industry standard. Personally, I think I have friends who use all different programs, and they all love what they're using. So it really depends on what you're used to, what you prefer, and what kind of music you want to do too. I think if you do a lot of audio, yes, Pro Tools is great. If you're gonna, or even Cubase, it's amazing. I love Cubase. If you do a lot of digital, if you do a lot of electronic music, Ableton Live is probably pretty badass for that. You know what I mean? So, but don't get too confused. Just like, go check them out, go online, do your research. But if you're really learning the program, then they're all pretty much up to the same level now, because they're all competing with each other. So they all try to be the best they can be. Didn't want to make this too long, but I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.